Hey everybody, thank you for pressing play on this video. This is kind of a long time coming, and here's why. I've gotten a lot of questions about scaling one book with ads, and so I wanted to share this with you. This is the Amazon ads exact strategy that I use to scale one book to almost $40,000 of sales as a noob. My 7-year-old taught me that word, newbie. Hopefully, I'm using it right. Um, Thank you, son, for teaching me that. This is an 8-month period. Okay, I turned on ads in February, and I've just been learning and learning. So my disclaimer is I have ran ads on Facebook, so I am a little bit familiar with media buying. I'm not a crazy ad agency. I've ran ads for people, but that's not my passion. Okay, but I know it's a vehicle. So when I got started in KDP, I bought Ashley Smith's course. I got Chris Raydog's free course. I joined Dane Macbeth's Publisher Supremacy course. He has ads inside of there. I joined Rachel's Low Content Profits Academy, and she brings in a guest expert to talk about ads. So I watched that. I think his name's Amin. He's awesome. Royalty Wizard on YouTube. One of my favorites, for sure. And then Ivan, he owns AdDroids. He has also given me some feedback. So I wouldn't be successful without these people that have paved the way in understanding ads, okay? So what I'm sharing with you is an aggregation and a combination of all these things that I have learned and implemented for my own book. So here are the steps that I use to scaling one book to 40 grand. And this is sales, so the profits are different. But when you run Amazon ads, they don't tell you the royalty, they tell you the sell amount, okay? So here are the steps, and I want you to just remember we're not turning on an ad on a book that we're not proud of. All these books, or this book at least, I knew I could do a really strong design. I knew I could write a strong description. I was really proud of it. So here we go. So the first thing I did is turned on this book with an automatic ad. Okay. So when I did that, I know my ACOS. I know I have to be under a certain amount of dollars to make it profitable. And a lot of people want to make money, profits from their ads, and they don't think about the fact that when you run ads, you can get your book on the top 10, and that will create some organic reach. Okay. So I've had a lot of different types of ad experience where awareness and different things like that. So I just try to be really open minded with this particular platform. It's my first time setting bidding for this. So that was a new ball game. The lowest that you can set a bid for is 2 cents. So this book that I started scaling, I started my bid at 2 cents. Okay. And I didn't have a lot for a daily budget. So you'll want to think about, is your daily budget $5, $10, $20? But I was willing to give this book a chance, okay? Because you don't pay for impressions, you only pay for clicks. So every couple hours, I would check my Amazon ads console. And if it wasn't spending, I would raise my bid by 2 pennies, okay? So it went from 2 cents to 4 cents, still wasn't spending. Then 4 cents to 6 cents, still wasn't spending. Then I went from 6 to 7, or sorry, probably 8. As I'm looking back in February, March, 8 and 9 is when it started spending and actually generating sales. Okay. So, as I said, I checked in daily for the ad spend just to get the data. You need to let ads run so you can see who Amazon is actually trying to target for your ad. As you turn on an automatic ad, there are 4 targets that Amazon will go after. And these are described in your console as loose, close, substitute, or complement. And if you take the Amazon course on ads, which I should have mentioned above, I did that just this week to really learn more about what loose, close, and sub and complement mean. And I still am trying to figure out, I need to review it again because loose and close are like the same thing in my mind. Substitute means that Amazon is going to show your book as another option for what someone's looking for, okay? If they're looking for a gardening book, maybe with sub it comes up like a seed planner, right? Okay, it's a sub. Also, complement could be that same thing. Like you have a gardening book, so now, or you're going to see something that would complement the book that you have. So these are the four categories that Amazon is going to use your daily bid for to try and spend on. And I saw very first that turning off a target was going to help me scale a book. So I went ahead, I got my first sell on Substitute. So I went and I saw that I was spending money with Close, but I wasn't getting sales from the clicks, and you're only paying for clicks. So I turned the Close off. 2 weeks later, I saw I wasn't getting sales from Compliment, so I turned that off. Okay, so this turning off targets is a form of scaling your ad. It's very, very important. And as you go through your Amazon ads, you look through the search for the terms that people are using to find your book. Export that and write it down, because once you know keywords and ASINs, then you know what to target more. That also helps you with building your keywords in the back end of your organic descriptions, right? The 7 boxes that you can do. As long as it's not copyrighted search keywords, you should do that. Now, after this book was selling, I was able to duplicate this campaign, this book, and or not even duplicate, but when I say duplication of validation, it means that this book is selling. Let's see how other ways that we can scale this book. So maybe that's when I would turn on the manual ads, because I actually have keywords and ASINs that it's buying off of. It's validated. When I first learned ads, a lot of YouTubers talked about exporting keywords and just throwing those up 300 keywords at a time. And that process just didn't really work for me as a noob, because it was overwhelming. So for me, turning on a book with automatic certainly worked for this book. Now, there would be an argument that another ads expert would say that manual ads cut down on your spend, which is true because you already know what's validated and targeted, and you can go right after that. So duplication of validation means that I can take my book and do a manual ad to it with all the information that I have of what's making it successful and test it out. Really, ads is about testing it out and seeing where the data is coming from. And you cannot get data if you turn off your ads. You can't. And that was the hardest thing with Facebook, because the cost to acquire a customer is so much with Facebook. You pay for impressions. You do not pay for impressions with Amazon ads, which is incredible. So that was how I scaled this book to 40 grand in sales. Okay. It was following these people. And most importantly, it was checking it and raising my bids every day, every couple hours until it was spending, and then looking in your targets to see what's not spending and turn those off if they're not bringing you in profits. Okay. Turning off a target is a way to scale a book. It's really powerful. And you might be like, this is so simple, but it is, if you can be patient with the process. And you can only go back to 65 days of ads. So you need to export your information as much as you can to be able to keep track of that for your next production of books or ads. All right, you guys, love you. Peace out.